This week we done in these 3 days we done this. The local glass fragments.
Okay, and what was that about? What story does it come from?
From Frozen.
Well, it's based on the story. Frozen is based on this particular story.
Yeah.
But what was the story, the traditional story that was written called The Snow Queen? Does anyone remember who wrote The Snow Queen? Famous writer of children's stories. German name. Hans Christian Andersen. And he wrote a few stories that are famous. But he wrote this particular one. And what did you learn about this story so far?
We learned that there's a river that looks all the bad things.
So whoever looks at this mirror, you can see all the bad things in the mirror.
Yeah.
It reveals all the truth of everyone, doesn't it? It turns good things to look like bad things, and it turns bad things to look like worse things. It makes things horrible when it looks.
And they wanted to fly with it in the sky.
So who was flying with it in the sky? What were they? They were creatures. What creatures were they? They were
evil.
Well, they were demons. They were little imps or something, and they had wings, and they flew up. They wanted to try and fly up, and what happened?
It fell. The river fell.
The mirror fell. And what happened because the mirror fell? It
broke into pieces. And it went all the pieces to all the world. And if you have a piece in your eye or heart, then you see everything bad.
Okay, and what if it went into your heart? What would it do to you? It would
make a lot of eyes.
Yes, it would turn your heart into ice. So it would make you kind of cold.
Yeah.
And have no feelings. Yeah. Okay, and what did you do when you read the text with me, when I read through it with you, because it was different to what you've read before? What did you find out when you read through? What did you have to do?
We had to underline the words that we didn't understand and then look at them in the dictionary.
And why do you think that was important that we had to do that with the words? Okay, or something. Right, okay, so we highlighted the words because they're important for you to understand what's going on in the story, but also so that you can use these words more in your writing. Then what else did we do?
We done description. We done the time.
Okay, so what did we look at with time? Well, we started to look at, when we did our testing last week, we discovered that we needed to do more work about minutes to the next hour. Yeah. So it's the analog time we needed to understand and how the digital time worked with it as well. So you looked at clock faces, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you had to say what the clock face was.
Yeah.
Okay, so you showed, if we turn one round, so let's have a look. So you've got this one. And it shows, the first one shows, it's nearly 4 o'clock, but it's not 4 o'clock. What did it say?
It was 2 minutes to 4.
Right, so you counted 1, 2 minutes to 4, to the next hour, which is 4 o'clock. Okay? And that's how it worked. And then you did...
You didn't do it, so... I don't know. This was the problems. You did this. Of the time.
Okay, and what sort of problems did you come across? What did it involve?
It involved time and minutes.
Okay, so first of all it says what time is on the clock. Then what did you have to do? What time will it be in an hour and 40 minutes? You had to count on what?
The hour
and
minutes.
40 minutes. And then it said what time was it 4 hours ago? That meant you had to count backwards, okay, for 4 hours. So so you had to do that, and then you did it quite well.
Yes.
But you had to check very carefully because I think it was easy to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. So in my head, I did a number line, a timeline to help.
And then we done like a description.
Okay. So tell me what the description involved.
For the next chapter of Snow Queen.
Okay, so what I got you to do was, we read up to 2 events happening in the Snow Queen story where Gerda meets 2 different groups of people to find Kay. She's looking for Kay because she's lost her best friend. So I said, right, we're not going to read the next chapter today because I want you to invent a new chapter.
Yeah.
And in this new chapter, she may meet somebody new.
Yes.
And you had to come up with an idea of who she might meet. Now, what ideas did you have? I didn't check your ideas through. So you said, Judith, that she met somebody. Who was it?
Queen.
The Snow Queen. So already she's met the Snow Queen. And how did she meet the Snow Queen?
Because she was in the horse and she was really cold and she fell down off the horse and the queen found her.
Okay, so that's how she bumped into the Snow Queen. And did she get away from the Snow Queen in the end?
No.
Okay, Zara, who did Gerda meet?
Snow Queen.
So she met the Snow Queen in your story as well. And how did she meet her?
She was with the horse until she was into a huge palace of ice. There was lots of snow and really cold. So then she knocked the door because she think that it was Kay over there to ask if they first seen her. And then it appeared the Sun Queen.
The Snow Queen. Okay, so already in your story, Gerda has met the Snow Queen. What if I were to tell you that there is another group of people she meets? And it's the last group of people before she meets the Snow Queen. There's a bit more to the story. So there's 3 different events before she finds the Snow Queen. So we're nearly there in the story, but I got you thinking about what could happen next. So you've made predictions. So that was a very good prediction. I enjoyed reading your versions actually. So well done. That was so far this week. Sorry, can you try and put these pieces back together? I'm going to help you a little bit because maybe you can see them better if you're like this. Right, so what have you got here?
7 at 9.
Find 7:30 in digital. Okay, so we've got 4:25 here. Is this 25 past or 2?
It is
Past. Because if it was 2, it would say 35, wouldn't it? What's this one?
10 minutes to afternoon.
10 minutes afternoon, are you sure? Look at the same card. Look at the same card. 10 minutes afternoon. What did we say noon was? 12. 10 minutes afternoon. Have them facing the same? Okay. Right. 10:40.
10:40.
After 10:40. The reason why I say no is because a quarter, remember, quarter past is what?
11 in the morning.
What's quarter past in digital?
It is 35.
No, quarter past.
45.
No, it's not 45, that's 2. What's quarter past?
Quarters.
What's quarter past? 15, okay? Quarter to is 45, quarter past is 15. So you can find quarter past. Probably there already. Look for quarter past. Okay, so quarter past. There we go, we're getting closer. 20 past in the evening, good. And the last bit. There you go. It's all matched. Well done. Well, where's 8?
Here.
8 is there. So which one is this? What number is that?
7.
Right, let's go through the numbers. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So what time is this?
9. 4.
9.
4.
How do we say the whole time? 9?
4.
9.
9. o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Clock.
That means 9 of the clock. So in the 9th hour. Now, I'm going to get you to try some half-past times, okay? So we're looking at this clock.
Okay.
Yeah, have a look. No. Give me the sheet, please. Geordie, can I have the sheet, please?
It's 5.
Right, so you're saying 5, which is nearly, we nearly got the answer, the whole answer. But what we start off by saying is, watch this, half past, what? Half past, what did you say?
6.
Half past,
6.
well no, because when the big hand is on the 6, that tells us it's half past. It tells us that half an hour has gone.
5.
So that's half past 5. Okay, very good. What do we call this one then?
6.
Now we start off with the same thing because the hand on the 6 tells us it's half past.
6.
Half past what? Is it 6? Where's the hour hand? So where has it gone past?
The little one.
The little one, where's the little hand gone past?
1.
It's not on 1 though, is it?
It's on that one.
What hour has it gone past? What's this hour?
7.
It's not 7. Here's 7. Let's count on from 7. 7. What's this?
8.
8.
9.
9.
10. 11. 12.
So it's half past?
12.
Okay, very good. What about this one?
Up. Not up. Good. Good.
Trying to make yourself comfortable in a chair. Okay, what's this one?
6.
Look again. Where's the little hand?
7.
7. So you start off with saying 7. Oh, yawning. 7. Now the big hand is on 12, so we don't say half past anymore. What do we say? 7. Is it half past or o'clock? Can you remember? Half past.
30.
Half past or o'clock?
7.
7.
Past 1.
Oh, it's not half past. 7.
7. O.
Good boy. Oh,
Clock.
clock, because it's 7 of the clock. Visits. Right. Sound that for me? What's the sound?
Is that get doing?
Oh, we'll have a look. Let's have a look. It's all these sounds together. They're trying to put themselves together to make words. This one, what's it say?
O. Pa.
So it says,
Ot.
it's this word again, look.
O. T. T.
Top. Top. Okay, so they are standing on top. They're at the top. Top of where? A mountain? It's like a mountain, isn't it? Let's try this one.
M. Up. Up.
No, it doesn't say with it. Let's start with
Mop.
mop. Okay, what's that?
Mop.
A mop.
Keys doing. Shun. Bones sprinkle lights every evening.
Yes.
Kiss that. Kiss doing.
It's a mop. You've been learning this today. What did you focus on?
We done the time puzzle.
And why do you think we did the time puzzle? What does it relate to?
To converting the analog time to digital.
Okay, and is this what we've been looking at all week? So this is being putting to practice what you have been learning. Can you give me an example of what one digital time fits with an analog time?
Like 10 minutes to afternoon, it will be 12 past 10.
Okay, and has this made it easier for you to remember?
Yeah.
Okay, especially the practice with times to the next hour. Instead of past, we looked at 2 as well. Okay, and what else did you focus on this week?
Then we finished the first the Ice Queen story.
So you finished the Snow Queen story
Yeah.
by Hans Christian Andersen. And from that, what did I ask you to do?
We had to underline the phrases that were like past.
That's old-fashioned writing. It's
And
old
we
style of
had to
writing.
turn them. How would we say it now?
Okay, give me an example.
Like the roof sloped nearly down the ground. Every bit the roof was falling down.
Okay, so the roof was sloping down to the ground, and you would simply say the roof was falling down. So there was a lot of detailed sentences within the story, and even an English person probably wouldn't speak like that now because it's quite out of date. But it's very detailed and quite old-fashioned, and people would simply say we're falling down rather than it's sloping down to the ground. So you were able to pick that up. And can I ask you, how does the story remind you of the film Frozen? Because that's where the inspiration came from to make that film. Was there any similarities in the story, did you find?
Yeah, there were quite a lot.
What did you find were the similarities?
Like the castle was the same, and the Snow Queen looked the same of Elsa, and had the same powers. And there was a reindeer, and the little girl was like Anna because she was brave, and she was searching for her best friend, like Anna searching her sister.
Okay, good. So you found a few similarities. Story is very different, I think, when I've read it. And I watched a tiny bit of the film, but I think there are some differences. But there are some features that are familiar to you, yeah? Good. What did you learn today? What did you focus on?
Today we learned about the clock.
Okay, and what did you learn from doing this?
It was some these or these things, some had to put them out and put them in order.
So you had a puzzle, which you had to put them in the right order.
Yes.
And give me an example.
14 minutes past 6 in the evening, I had to look to one that was like with analog time, and it is 6:14 p.m.
Okay, what did you find you had to learn when doing this? Because you found it a bit tricky when you started out doing it. What did you find was complicated? What did you figure out that you had to learn in order to solve the puzzle?
About the noon time?
About the
Noon time.
known time? Noon, oh noon. So you had to learn the word noon because in one of the puzzles it was 10 past 12. Can we see 10 past 12? Here. It says 10 past 12 and it uses in analog 10 minutes after noon. And you found that a little bit tricky, what was noon. So we learnt what noon was, and that was, do you remember?
Yeah.
What does it mean if I use noon?
It means afternoon.
It means afternoon, means 12 o'clock or midday, okay? So noon is 12. And you found that as a bit of a tricky thing, so we learnt that, and that was a good thing to learn. And also, when we had something like 10:40,
Yes.
in analog time, it was 22:11 at night, and you didn't realise that we had to focus on the 2, and it was not past.
Yes.
So we were looking at this time, here,
Yes.
and not 20 past,
Yes.
okay?
And then we're done with it about we finished the chapters of Snow Queen.
Okay, and how
then-
did you find the story? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
What did you enjoy most of the story?
When Wade was looking for Kay.
Okay, so in Gerda, was it?
Gerda, yes.
Gerda was looking for Kay. And in what particular, there's lots of stories within this, there's lots of chapters within the story where she's looking for Kay. Was there any particular favourite parts that you enjoyed?
The one that from Little Rubber Girl.
So when she met the rubber girl. Now the rubber girl was quite interesting, wasn't she?
Yes.
Because she was both kind and a bit mean as well,
Yes.
which was very strange. But she helped Gerda out, didn't she? And what did you have to do with the story after that?
We had to look from some few words that now we don't say.
Okay, so for instance, if an English person spoke like Hans Christian Andersen does in the story, it would come across as a bit strange because people don't speak that detailed anymore. So you would speak more simple sentences than that. So you found examples of where the sentences were a bit tricky or long or a bit old-fashioned and out of date. Okay. Yeah, that was all.